Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, illustrated by Mark Evans. Website at the bottom is llewellyn.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you would like to. Hopefully it's close enough so you can see it. Supportive Oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. In the back here are some websites, torihartman.com, watkinspublishing.co.uk, and watkinspublishing.com. Feel free to freeze frame on any of that if you'd like to as well. Leo. Ooh, okay. Well, your cards are good. Let's see what you're dealing with. Got a lot of new people coming in, all at once. New people, new people. Be careful. Be careful of what? I feel like what I don't want to keep going with what I had. I want something new. Okay. I'm actually going to start out with the dice before I pick up these cards because I'm seeing some interesting cards here. I feel like it's time to go a new direction. So, you got the Page of Fire, and you've got the Star card, but it seems like it's not coming in a very positive way. Whatever you're currently dealing with, there's a lot of blocks there. I want to be careful how I say this, but I do feel like somebody is either blocking you, dragging your energy down, derailing you. This is what I want to be careful about saying, because I feel like somebody is sabotaging things for you. That's how they're controlling what happens next. When they find out what you want, they're sabotaging it. That way you can't go that direction, and then they kind of push it and make it more favorable to go the direction they want. Take this with a grain of salt, but I feel like somebody's very manipulative to the point where they're not even telling you what they want. They're just finding out what you want, making sure that doesn't work, and then pushing forward what they want and making it look better and making it look like you're choosing it. Somebody's very manipulative here. Whoever this person is, whether it be a friend or something else, we got to figure out who this is, because I feel like somebody's just doing this stuff and they're messing with you. In fact, I would say if you're getting this reading and you're like, certain things keep falling through and they don't work right, is there somebody you trust that you keep telling what you want to do next to? Like, are you telling them your plans and all of a sudden these plans fail? Talk about something else. Don't talk about those plans with this person. Like, I think this is a strength of Leo. Yes, you communicate. You can communicate very well, as much as you want. But you also have control about what subject you talk about. Don't talk about your plans. Keep changing the subject. Talk about other things you like. You have a lot of interests. Just don't talk about that subject. That's just keep that off limits. Don't let them know you're doing that. If you think somebody's playing this game with you, just don't tell them about your plans. Keep changing the subject. Keep talking about other things. Make them think you don't even have plans, because they might be willing to believe that. I feel like if you do that, you're going to find out your plans start succeeding. And if that starts happening, that means somebody's causing issues. Somebody's getting in your way. They don't like what you want. And I almost feel like some of them, it's not even that they don't like what you want. They just want to be a pain in your butt. They just want to cause, like, somebody's like a frenemy, or like they just like causing you discord. Hopefully this is not a lover, because there might be something weird with that. Some people, that happens once in a while. I know that. I mean, hopefully that's not happening for you. Whoever's doing this seems to be very self-validating that what they're doing is fair. There might be, I'm not a psychiatrist and I'm not pretending to be, but there might be some mental illness there. This might be somebody who imagines people are enemies that really aren't. This could be somebody who, like, maybe you say something off the cuff and they take it the wrong way, but then they just really center on it and they create these grudges, like, oh, you think so, do you, Leo? Well, I'll show you. Little bit unstable. They could be, like, they just could be a little bit unstable, and if that's the truth, they can't help it, but that doesn't mean you should put up with it either. So something, because I feel like their thoughts and what they're thinking doesn't really, there's something like, I feel like, I'm assuming it's mental illness, maybe it's not, I don't know. Somebody's like, they got really negative energy going on upstairs, and they might be just really believing that people are, I don't know, a problem, or maybe this is somebody who just, they have to have somebody to target to be happy. I know that that's a thing too. I hate that that's a thing, but it is a thing. There are people out there, and I don't know how common it really is, to be fair. They're not happy unless they have somebody to target. And when they're targeting somebody and trying to make somebody's life miserable, that's literally when they're happy. And this, you might be this person's target. That's not good. Clearly, that's a very toxic person. Take it with a grain of salt. You might also, if there's a certain person you're considering it might be them, have you seen them do that to other people? Think of that too. Because what I see is happening is like, it's time to like, because I feel like you try to work with this energy, but it may be time to let this go. You've been holding it together for too long. You've been working with this energy for too long. And I don't feel like, instead of it working with you, it's purposely like, it's targeting you. I feel like this energy is targeting you. And you're trying to protect it, and I feel like this isn't good. It's kind of like trying to protect a dog, and then the dog keeps like biting you when you're not looking, or like, you know, keeps causing damage around the house, and you're like, how come everything is just so ripped up all the time? It's the dog. And I say that as a dog lover. I don't see you wanting this to be the case, but I feel like once you see it, you're going to realize there's nothing you can do with it. I think that's the point of this reading. If this reading is hitting, it's like once you see it, it's like I don't want to see it, but once I see it, I'm like, I realize there's nothing I can do with it. Especially if you've known this person long enough and you realize once they've decided somebody's their enemy, you can't talk them out of it. They just keep doing it. And they get really conniving, they get really negative, they get really manipulative. It's time to let that energy go. Because I'm getting like, it's time for a change. Don't hold it. Don't, if you can, don't hold it. Just let it go. Kind of like, that's a them problem. It's not a you problem. I feel like you're not in a position to really help this person. So I'm like, move on from it with the Eight of Cups. And then the world is saying it's time to let this go. Go into something else. Go on to something else. Let it go. Realize it's a them problem. It's a them problem. That's all it is. It's not your fault in any sense, in my opinion. I do feel like you're going to have the need to kind of like let them know, you know, what's what. Leo's very strong. Leo is not shy. Y'all aren't shy and you know it. You're going to have the need to let them know what's what. It's just literally not going to help anything. You got to do what you got to do. I totally get that. They're just saying, if you don't, it's better for you and them if you don't. Because there's nothing positive comes out of it. So why waste your energy? You have boundless energy, but you can put that towards something else. That's all they're saying. Especially if you just walk away from them, you'll get over it. Leo tends to get over it, There's a lot of different flavors of Leo, but usually Leo tends to let it go. You got new things coming in. I got like a lot of like I feel like I'm having a hard time with the next connection because there's new people coming in. There's a whole new social group coming in for you. A lot of people coming in. I feel like I got this before. And I see you taking your time getting involved with it, which is very interesting to me because y'all are very dynamic. And if you're going to do it, you're usually like, I'm just going to do it. You usually don't hang on the outside, but I feel like you're going to hang on the outside at first, kind of like, I want to see how people really act. I don't want to get involved in a mess. So, because it's a very busy group, whatever the new group is you're seeing, I feel like I'm holding back, I'm watching, I'm trying to get an idea of who people are, especially if you're going to a new job for some reason, because I feel like whatever the situation is, you might be changing jobs, that might be how you solve it. There's a whole new group of people coming in either way, but I feel like, I'm just centering on my piece and what I do, and I'm doing that great. And I'm listening, and people don't realize I'm listening, but I'm not getting involved, which I think is very interesting. Because usually you guys are right in the middle of it. Like, you're right in the middle of it. But you're holding back, like, I just want to make sure this is worth my while. I want to make sure I really want to be a part of this situation. Because with most situations, there's a bit of Like, these people are very busy, they're all over the place, there's a little bit of a messy feeling to it. So it's kind of like, what type of messy is it? Is it harmless messy or is it toxic messy? Because if it's toxic messy, I'm not here for that. People are going to love you in this new group. When you come forward, people are like, Leo, you are freaking awesome, and we love you, be right in here with us. And you're like, oh, when I want to. I'd see you very reserved. I'm kind of shocked because I don't think of Leo as reserved. But this, I feel like it's because you're coming off of this other energy and you're kind of a little shook by it. You're kind of like, I'm not happy, and I'm just working out that energy. I'm just working out those feelings. So I feel like you're doing other things. It's not like you're not doing anything, but you're not integrating into this group too quickly. You're like, I'm just gonna hold back and just evaluate it. I feel like it's really good. When you're comfortable with it, I do feel like you're going to add in, but you're going to know more about how it actually works and how the dynamic really works. I see you at first kind of staying off to the side, staying around the edges. You got other things to do. You got other things to keep you busy, and you're just like, I just don't want to be in there. So if I don't want to be in there, I'm not going to be in there. But when you find it's appropriate, you will. I feel like you will advance in. Just do it on your terms. Do it on your time. Older, wiser, all that good stuff. You know how that goes. Is there anything I'm missing with this for Leo that I should tell Leo about? Slow and steady wins the race. I don't see it being a bad thing. I just feel like I'm not interested in arguing with people anymore. And I'm starting to feel at this moment, like, I feel like I don't want to arm people. I want to see what they're really like. So that's why I feel like you're holding back. Like, I don't want to give them ammunition if they're really not good people. I want to hold back. I want to see what they're made of. I want to see what they're made of before I get involved. That's all it is. That's all it is. I feel like you're very motivated to find out the truth. It's not like you're not talking to people at all. It's just like you're not in center stage at this point. You're staying off to the side. I want to see what people are really made of. I want to see how they really act. I want to see how they really treat each other. And if I really like that or if I really don't, and when I've made my decision, I'll move forward appropriately. So, I mean, you're very busy, but you're doing it on your terms. I feel like that's what you're doing. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.